11th Annual Healthcare and Science Career Symposium. T. Leroy Jefferson Medical Society is bringing it here for the kids of South Florida, all these aspiring future healthcare providers who are definitely very much needed to provide culturally competent care for all the citizens throughout Florida and all over this country. It's important for them to have role models and to see and to visualize what they could be in their future careers, whether that is in medicine, dentistry, hospital administration, insurance company executive. With or without a stethoscope, they can be involved in healthcare, and that's what today is all about, them seeing all of that. So we're so thankful for the exhibitors and for the people who've taken time out to be here, for the students who've come to get the message, and it's going to be a great day. So we're so excited that everybody is here. Thank you guys so much for participating.
Hi, my name is Brandon White, and I'm here from Palm Beach State College at the T. Leroy Jefferson Medical Society. We're connecting with students from across Palm Beach County in a wonderful environment where we're able to answer questions and explore different pathways within the medical field as well as STEM as a whole.
Hi, my name is Juliana Rivera. I'm from Nova Southeastern University. I'm a first-year DPT student. There's a lot of different careers that students can learn about and see if that's something that they want to do.
Hi, I'm Julie Botel, Riviera Beach City Council. I am so excited to see this many young people interested in careers in medicine. Kudos to the organizers of this event. I know it's the 11th annual one, and I'm excited and hope that they have them for years to come because it's really great to see this many kids out here today.
Good morning. My name is Leslie Farrington. I'm a registered nurse. I currently work for the Veterans Health Administration in West Palm Beach. I've been a nurse for 23 years, and I'm thrilled to be able to be here to speak on the behalf of nurses at the T. Leroy Jefferson Medical Society.
The Healthcare and Science Stars of Tomorrow is one of our signature events, and we have a tremendous individual that is the main reason why this has evolved to such a beautiful event. And I appreciate, as I look out and see all these kids and all these great faces everywhere, it's truly wonderful because this represents what T. Leroy Jefferson Medical Society is really all about.
I'm an aerospace engineer at Aerojet Rocketdyne. I went to Florida Atlantic University on a mechanical engineering degree. And I always say programs like this is extremely, extremely important because that's the reason why I'm here as a rocket scientist today. It started in the classroom when I watched another engineer come up front and talk about his career path. And I said, that's what I want to do.
My name's Darian Nelson. I'm a firefighter paramedic with the City of Riviera Beach Fire Rescue. We're here today at the T. Leroy Jefferson Medical Society Career Fair, and we're here to talk about life-saving techniques and provide a better outlook for our younger generation coming up in the medical field.
Symposium here with my Boynton Beach High School students. We are enjoying meeting physicians, doctors, dentists, computer science, IT people, learning about the different options of medical and what you can open when you get to go to these type of symposiums, meeting awesome new people and having a great time. Right, girls? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel McNeely, General Surgery. Very excited to be here with these lovely middle school and high school students. We're motivating them today and they won't quit.
I say thank you to the T. Leroy Jefferson Medical Society. It holds the distinction of being the launch chapter of the year for the entire National Medical Association. Let's give them a round of applause here for what they have been doing, and they didn't just start doing it. This is about the They were once awarded that recognition as the small chapter of the year. And then they grew and they grew and they got better and they got better, and they have now been recognized as the large chapter of the year. I'd certainly be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Dr. Roger Duncan. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar, he's my friend. Thank you so much for the invitation. And to your president, let me say thank you to Dr. Brian Coleman, orthopedic surgeon extraordinaire and the president of the T. Leroy Jefferson Medical Society. Thank you all so very much for having me. There was a woman that some of you might remember. You guys are pretty young. I've got a lot of gray hair. I've been around the block a few times. There was a woman who was a great actress. Her name was Elizabeth Taylor. She was a great actress, and she maybe was a great wife too, because she was married about 7 or 8 times. They tell me that she told, maybe it was her 6th or 7th husband, she told him these words: "Don't worry, I'm not going to keep you long." And to you, this audience, who are waiting to see these exhibitors and hear these other presentations today, I promise I'm not going to keep you long. Let me begin by sharing what I use as my guide for life. It comes from a great book of history and faith. It simply says, "To whom much is given, much is expected." Not only expected, but required. To whom much is given, much is required of us. And so I'm humbled and honored today to be here, because I've been given much. Oh yeah, I worked a little bit, I did a few things, been a few places. But to a great degree, these gifts that I have were given to me from the great physician. Years ago, I had the honor of hearing a great physician speak. He is now passed away, the late, great LaSalle McFall, MD. He was chairman of the Department of Surgery at Howard University. He said these words. He said that there were at least 3 things in life that don't come back. The first, he said, was the spoken word. The second, the spent hour. The third, a missed opportunity. The spoken word, you can say something good, you can say something bad, you can cuss somebody out. All you can say is, "I'm sorry, I misspoke, I didn't really mean that," but you can't take it back. The second, the spent arrow, or nowadays we might say the pulled trigger. Hopefully it hits its intended mark, but if not, all you can say is, "Oops, didn't mean that, I'm sorry," but you can't take it back. And the last, and what I want to resonate with each of us today, is a missed opportunity. So Dr. Duncan and Dr. Coleman, I'm thankful today, T. Leroy Jefferson Medical Society, I'm thankful for the opportunity today to share with this next generation of scientists, healthcare providers, and STEM and STEAM professionals. This is an opportunity to sow. Not S-E-W, but S-O-W, to sow. To sow a seed. Because if we are all truthful with ourselves, we must acknowledge that we are enjoying fruit from trees that we did not plant. Fruit like opportunity. Opportunities to go to school, opportunities to vote, opportunities to live wherever you can afford to live, opportunities to be who you want to be. This is because others paved the way for us. They sacrificed for us. They bled for us. Some died for us. It's now our time to sow. And I'm here today simply to sow seeds of hope in you. Seeds that hopefully one day will grow into trees that will bear fruit, not for us, but for our children and our children's children and generations to come. Today, in many ways, is what I like to refer to as a Sankofa moment. The Sankofa bird symbolizes our past, our present, and our future. It's a bird, feet facing forward, body facing forward, head turned to the rear, looking back, with an egg in its mouth. Feet facing forward, body facing forward because it's moving forward. It's looking back because it does not want to forget where it came from. The egg in its mouth represents the future, generations yet unborn. So this today, my friends, is a Sankofa moment. And because it is that, I think we need to recognize that as we reflect on our past, don't get it twisted, don't get stuck on your past, but as we reflect on our past and as we evaluate and analyze the present, perhaps more importantly, we stand with tippy-toe anticipation and contemplate our future, all while being mindful that there is no future in your past. In fact, yesterday is gone forever and tomorrow may never come. All we really have is the present. If I was in church, I'd say something like this. I would say, this is the day the Lord has made. We ought to rejoice and be glad in it. Are you glad to be here this morning? I thought so. You see, everybody has a past, a journey, a story to tell. My story is my story. Your story is yours, but we all have a story. And before I share a little bit about my past, let me be clear. The most important thing is not where you start, but how and where you finish. I was born a few years ago. I'm 70 years old. I was born in 1953 in a community just south of here, Miami, Florida. A smaller part of that community called Overtown. It used to be referred to as Colored Town. The doctor that delivered me was a black man. His name was Dr. Stiles. The pediatrician that took care of me as a baby was a black woman. First black woman to be board certified in the state of Florida. Her name was Dr. Simpson. The hospital that I was born in was an all-black hospital called Christian Hospital. Back then, things were segregated. The church that I went to and still attend is a black church, the St. John Baptist Church. The schools that I went to were black schools. Phyllis Wheatley Elementary School is where I got my start. And in second grade, I'm mindful of this. In second grade, like many of you, I was asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? I wrote down, I want to be a doctor. Well, you know, it was easy for me to say that because I had been exposed to doctors. I said the doctor who delivered me was black, looked just like me. The pediatrician that took care of me was a black woman, looked just like my mother and my sister and my aunties. I had been exposed to folk who had accomplished things. So I say that to say that even when I moved to majority schools, I graduated from an integrated high school, went to Howard University, HBCU in Washington, D.C., Meharry Medical College, a historically black medical school, been around since 1876. Been practicing medicine for 45 years, delivered more than 10,000 babies, the good, the bad, and a few of the other ones too. Done thousands of surgeries, and I say all that to simply say that it all started because as a young person, I was exposed to many successful people that looked like me. So the idea of becoming successful, the idea of becoming a doctor, was easy for me. Easy for me to grasp. One of the reasons today's event is so important and so impactful is because of the exposure. Somebody say exposure. It provides exposure for you. So you've heard a little bit about my story, my past, but remember there's no future in your past. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s last book was entitled, Where Do We Go From Here? And that's the question that I have for you today. where do you go from here? What's next? I suggest to you that today you must have a dream. My first point for this short talk is dreams. This great book of history and faith reminds us that as a man thinketh, so is he. Let me put that in context for us today. As a man or woman thinketh, so is he or she. We've got to make sure that our thinking is good thinking. We've got to get rid of stinking thinking. Martin's dream was for a better world, a world where we would be judged not by the content, not by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. There's a song that we sing sometimes, and many of you sing it probably in school or elsewhere. It was somewhere over the rainbow. The lyric says, skies are blue, and the dreams you dare dream really do come true. You have to dream, young people, before dreams can come true. Muhammad Ali used to say that, and many others in fact, Ali and Napoleon Hill would say things like, if you can conceive it in your mind and believe it in your heart, then you can achieve it. So you have to conceive it, you have to believe it, then you can achieve it. I say that in the context of exposure. You got to see some things, you got to do some things, you got to feel some things. You got to come to symposiums like this so that you can actually see what is possible. Not for the other guy, but for you. And so we're thrilled today to encourage you to dream. But a dream without goals is just a dream. Young people, you are like stem cells. You're like a multi-potential cell. And like those cells, you have tremendous potential to do great things. Considering these things, that you've got to be in the right environment, there need to be the right conditions, and you must have the right opportunities. All in all, if these things are present, the next step is on you. You must be prepared. First word, dreams. You got to dream. And dream big dreams. But then you've got to be prepared. Those things don't just happen. If there are no goals, if there's no plan, if there's no action. It's just like something we learn in school, and perhaps you've been exposed to this concept already. It's something called Brownian movement. But there's a whole lot of movement going on, but no progress. You don't want to just be marching in place. You don't want to just be treading water. You want to be moving forward. You don't want to stay where you are in 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. You got to keep moving forward. Don't become Brownian movement, where you're just gyrating and staying in the same place, but going nowhere. We've got to move forward. So how do you do that? This word now is preparation. The Boy Scout motto and the Girl Scout motto is the same. Be prepared. Be prepared. So how do we get prepared? Well, I'm glad you asked. It starts with the dream. If you don't know where you're going, any road can take you there. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And none of us plan to fail. Am I right about that? Well, I didn't hear you. Does anybody here plan to fail? No. Does anybody here plan to fail? No. I didn't think so. So preparation begins with the fundamentals. Fundamentals, just like in sports. Sports requires that you understand some basic things. You've got to practice. You've got to play football. You've got to understand blocking and tackling before you start thinking about how you're going to catch this long pass and score and do all of that dancing in the end zone. Blocking and tackling, the fundamentals. fundamentals. If we're talking about in the academy, we used to call it the 3 R's. They're not 3 R's, but they sound that way. Reading, writing, and we used to say arithmetic. But reading, writing, and mathematics sounds like STEM, sounds like STEAM. That's what is fundamental to you moving forward. So this is the foundation, and just like when building a house, it must be built on a solid foundation. So then we have the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. Next comes what I like to refer to as the 4 C's. The first C is competence. The second C is commitment. The third C, compassion. The last C is collaboration. Competence. You got to be good at what you do. There's no place for mediocrity. You can't just get by. I call these the 4 C's, and I'm glad that it's called the 4 C's. We all want to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. We want to strive for an A. But there is benefit in recognizing that these 4 C's will take you to that A. Be competent. That means you've got to study, you've got to work, you've got to do what you've got to do so that you have the skills to be successful. The second C is committed. I can assure you that you will work harder at some point and maybe even make less. But you do it because you are committed, you are focused. This is what you said you're going to do. This is the dream that you have. This is the goal that you have. This is the plan that you want to execute, and so you must be committed. So be good at what you desire to do. Be committed to see it through. The third C is one that resonates so much with me. Compassion. You see, we really are our brothers and our sisters' keeper. There are people dependent on you. Yes, you. John Legend sings a song that talks about your perfect imperfections. Well, yes, you, with your perfect imperfections, there are people out there waiting just to hear your voice, just to hear what you are going to do for them, just to feel your touch, just to feel your presence. You are important. You must be committed. The last C is one that oftentimes we have difficulty with. It's collaboration. We're so focused on making sure that we do well, that we succeed, that we get grades, that sometimes we think we can do it all by ourselves. I'm here today to share with you that no man, no woman, no institution is an island. We need each other. And these type events, this symposium that you're engaged in today, is a time when you get to know one another. In an organization that I'm in, we say getting to know the best of one another. You need to know that there are other folks who are like-minded, who want to be somebody, who want to achieve, who want to be a doctor, or a dentist, or a pharmacist, or a healthcare professional, or an engineer, an astronaut. People who have goals just like you. Make sure that you have a spirit of collaboration. There's an African proverb that says, a single stick is easily broken, but many sticks when bound together can't be broken. So get to know each other. Get to see the best in one another. And let's do some things together. So the 4 C's, you want to be competent, say competent. You want to be committed. You want to be compassionate. And you want to enjoy, engage, and believe in the spirit of collaboration. You got it. So the story that I'm reminded of when I talk about those 4 C's is one that hopefully will help you understand better why it's so important for us to stick together. It's a story about 2 wolves. It says that there was an old Cherokee chief and he was teaching his grandson, could have been his granddaughter, about life. He says, a fight is going on inside of me, he told the young boy. A terrible fight between two wolves. One is evil, full of anger and sorrow, regret, greed, self-pity, false pride. The other is good, full of joy, peace, love, humility, kindness, and faith. This same fight is going on inside of you, grandson, granddaughter, and inside of every other person on this earth. The grandson ponders this for a moment, and then he asks, he says, grandfather, which wolf will win? The old man smiled and simply said, the one you feed. So young people, I'm encouraging you today to feed the good wolf. My final point is balance. So we talked about dreams, we talked about preparation, and now balance. Some of you have seen tightrope walkers, the high wire acts. And when you see them, you never see them just walk out as if I've done this hundreds of times, it's easy for me to do. No, they take their time, they're very deliberate, they're sure-footed, and almost always you will find that they will use what's called a balancing pole. It helps them as they move too far to the left to stay balanced. They move too far to the right. It helps them to stay balanced so that they can move forward and accomplish their goals. I use that as an illustration because life is going to push you sometimes. Not every grade you get is going to be an A. Not every teacher you have is going to give you a pat on the back. You will, from time to time, meet some challenges and even be confronted with failure. So balance is important. So that we know that when we fall, we don't have to stay down, we can get up. The person who fell down 5 times, that could have been a terrible ending. The good news is that they got up 6 times. You've got to get up so that you can keep moving. You do that by staying balanced. As we move beyond the present and into our future, we must use all of our resources to remain balanced. The three-legged stool of life. The head, the hands, and the heart. You gotta use your head. You gotta be smart. You can't engage in stinking thinking. You've got to have the right attitude. Yes, I can. And yes, I will. The hand's important. You gotta be smart. Your hands, you have got to work. Nobody said the road was going to be easy. Oh, it's not easy to go to school. If you want to be a doctor, high school 12 years, college 4 years, medical school 4 years, then 3 or 4 or 5, and sometimes 7 or 8 years of training after that before you can actually go to work. It won't be easy. It's going to be hard. Regardless of what it is that you decide to do, it's going to take hard work. So you got to be smart. You got to work hard. And the third one was hard. There's something called the golden rule. It says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Let me make it plain. If you don't want somebody slapping you upside your head, guess what? You can't walk around slapping folk upside your head. If you don't want folk talking about you and calling you all kinds of names, guess what? You don't need to be saying bad things about other people. Your heart has to be right. The golden rule. You see, some folks get it twisted, and they think the golden rule is this: he who has the gold makes the rules. Don't ascribe to that. You know, money can do a lot of things, and there's nothing wrong with money. But at the end of it all, you want to treat people the way you want to be treated. Maya Angelou, the great poet, reminds us that it's not what you say, it's not even what you do, it's how you make people feel that really matters. You see, people really don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That is the heart of the matter. If the Reverend Jesse Jackson were here today, he would want me to remind each of you that you are somebody. Regardless of your past, your future is bright. You are somebody. In fact, Dr. Duncan and Dr. Coleman and the T. Leroy Jefferson Medical Society would want you to know that we've been trying to do some heavy lifting for 11 years. We've been trying to do these symposiums, but we get tired. We need to make sure that you get it and recognize that to whom much is given, much is expected and required of you. And so you are the ones that we've been waiting for. Yes, you. Don't look around, I'm talking to you. You're the ones that we've been waiting for. We're expecting greatness out of you. We need doctors and lawyers and teachers and scientists and phlebotomists. We need all of you. There are no big eyes and little you. Each of us is important. And for all of you who are here today, your presence is a testament that you have already begun to do a good work. But young people, hear me and hear me well. Good just isn't good enough. You've got to be the best version of yourself that you can be. I like to say BYOB. Now, for some in my generation, when I say BYOB, they're heading to another place. It used to be bring your own booze, or bring your own beer, or bring your own bag. That's not what I want you to remember, young people. BYOB, be you, authentically you, only better. Be you, only better. And so as we move from just being good to being the best version of ourselves that we can be, I encourage that in all that you say and all that you do, remember to be your best. I'm going to ask that you indulge me for just a moment because I want to close this way as I encourage each of us to be your best. I'm going to say it and then I want you to repeat it after me, but I need you to say it like you really mean it. I want you to use your outside voice. Here we go. Good, better, best. Let it rest. Not until my good, your good, our good becomes our better, and our better becomes our best. Thank you all so much.